Uh, although I suppose it's is it in the territory of the Anglian Raiders, or is it the other Dominion that has this thing? Because the Anglian Raiders are obviously not going to bother with parking tickets; they'll just set your ship on fire.
Alright, so the first ship is Flash Mob, piloted by a Flash. It's a Mobula with Artemis Gatling Mercury gun, Black and Artemis. Next one is Void Gazer, piloted by a Dust Ninja. It's another Mobula with, is that the same loadout? Yes, it is the same loadout. Alright, go ahead.
And for the Brotherhood, or Hydra rather, we have Byron Cavendish. He is piloting a galleon with a left side Lumberjack Minotaur Artemis, a rear Carronade, and a right side Watcher Minotaur. And also for Hydra, we have Trivy piloting a galleon. It has left side Minotaur Lumberjack Mercury, rear Flamer, and a right side Minnow Watcher. This sounds pretty exciting to me. This is going to be a test of that theory. Can the Minotaur protect the galleon from its arch nemesis, the double Artemis Mobula? Because traditionally here you'd have to put money on the Solaris, because a decent Artemis gunner, and they have a fair chunk of decent Artemis gunners, can lock down a galleon's heavy guns with just the two Artemis. Combine that with a Mercury, and you've got a lot of pain. But the Minotaur has received a buff. The Lumberjack is pretty effective at keeping the vertical mobility of the Mobula limited if it lands a few shots, and it could go either way here. This could be an interesting engagement.
Yeah, so now both teams are waiting on each other to engage, so now this is a lot of action.
Yes, this is exciting. They've definitely positioned themselves in locations that they're happy with and are now waiting for one another. I kind of feel as though this is the point when we play elevator music, isn't it?
If I had one.
Every time I cast, I end up singing, and it's terrible. No one. Someone take away my vocal cords, or at least the ones that can produce anything above C minor.
Oh, Void Gazer is doing something. He's surveying the area. He's actually quite high.
Indeed, they're high and hanging around in their spawn. Come on, guys. The enemy is over that way. You know where they are.
That way. Exactly that way.
That's exactly the commands I issue on my ship. Shoot the thing with the gun. It's that away. They're so stationary. I was worried for a second there the GOI had crashed.
Well, if this is going to be 20 minutes, and like in 15 minutes they will be like, okay, we're going to make a move, and they will be going in the other direction of each other, that would be something.
Indeed. Well, I kind of feel as though I'm naked here, because normally when I'm prepping for the cast, I find something crazy or silly to talk about in the event that things get quiet. You know, wombat defecations being cubes, that kind of thing. But I'm totally unprepared here for this possibility. So we're oh wait, hang a second. We may have someone to the rescue. So one of my friends who's watching the stream has sent me a YouTube video. If this turns out to be cats in serious situations, then I'm not going to be happy.
Alright, so Mobulos...
It's elevator music, 1 hour. My friends hate me. What is wrong with you people? Why would you do this to me?
Well...
I don't... Oh, they're reassuring me that it's not cats, though. It's not cats, it's just an hour of elevator music. The soundtrack to your removal from the universe.
Yeah, but they should send it to me, because I can play music on the stream. Though I hope it's
Indeed.
rolled to free, because I think I only can play copyrighted music for 25 seconds.
Well, that's the interesting question, right? I mean, would someone claim that they hold the copyright on elevator music? Because you'd have to, admit to owning elevator music. Oh,
Indeed.
shots going down. Void Gazer taking some damage. Their perma is now at about 75, maybe 70%. Balloon locked. Oh, on the ground.
Yeah, this is not looking good for
There's a
Mobulus.
there's a moral victory here, though, in that these Mobulas have moved off their spawn and are engaging, so they're the ones who are the bigger team and engaged rather than playing the spawn camping game here.
Indeed. So now, okay. So the Galleons have. Let me see here. The Galleons have one lumberjack and a minotaur as well. Yep, indeed. So now 2 lumberjacks against a mercury guns. 2 mercury guns. I think that is a disadvantage here for Mobulus. Oh, there it is. First kill.
And it seems as though the mountain agrees with you. Flash mob's trying to back up, but it's just backing into a mountain. It may just ground out here.
There's the second one.
Yep, that's 2 kills to the Brotherhood, who are still in the same spot that we left them, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yep. Check the time. Never mind then, 14 minutes left. They were at it for 6 minutes.
Indeed, that was a very slow start, but in the end, the Galleons were able to force down the Mobulas and do a fair old chunk of damage.
Yeah. Right, so now the Mobulas are trying to go from other direction there. Not on the mountains, but on the water. Preferably so they can back up into a hard cover.
Well, this is the thing that they've got. If they want to get those Mercuries into arc, they've got to be the same altitude, and the Galleons are, well, you could hang a line off the side and go fishing with these two. In fact, that's probably what they're doing on the ships because they're stationary enough to fish with them as well. And that means that the Mobulas can't really get their piercing damage into arc without running the risk of getting balloon locked and just ground out very quickly.
We have an intruder in the Spectre slot.
How? And what?
I don't know. There is a pause. I hope it's not from my stream because I covered that shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm covering the password so we won't have any unnecessary attention. But
Indeed, you're super sneaky, Kaj, but
oh, indeed.
somehow we've managed to acquire a. Well, we need to tell them to head off.
Indeed. I will double check the password layout for my stream when we're going to move lobby. Hope it's not on my end. He already left.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Well, that pause, I'm not sure what impact that will have. I mean, the Galleons are sort of facing the wrong way here, at least the Impenetrable is, so they've got a few seconds to turn, and the Mobulas have drifted a little bit, maybe out of cover.
Yeah, so...
but they've got to get those guns locked down.
Alright, so Mobulus chance to take down Galleon, they need to... I guess they need to disable those heavy guns with their Mercury gun, but it's still hard because, well, not hard, but time wise hard because Mercury gun only has 1 or 2 shots, and then it needs to
Oh, well, I
reload.
think they'll be trying to lock it down with the Artemis. Well, the Mercuries can certainly break the heavy guns, but I think they'll be trying to hit them with the Arts
Yeah,
instead.
Artemis as
At
well,
first, that is.
but not on the very long range. They need to be closer. Well, now they are on the perfect range, so now the Galleons are, well, in the tough spot.
True,
Impenetrable
but
lost their armor for a bit.
so what's the condition of the balloons on the Mobulars here? A little bit of damage, so that's why the Impenetrable and the Warfront were able to gain altitude on them. That'll reduce the amount of fire they take, at least in the short term, while they rebuild. Oh, that they look like they might be focusing fire on the Warfront and the Impenetrable are suffering different under different mobs here, which is a good thing because they both need to keep the heavy guns, all four of them, locked down.
Indeed, Warfront is now in, well, heavy situation here. He lost their he lost his armor. He's losing their hull pretty fast. They managed to get it back up now. Impenetrable is in that spot here. Now Mobulas have the advantage here because they locked out their ship. I mean, their ship, but their guns are disabled, so the Galleons can't fight back. And Impenetrable might go down here.
They managed to focus fire on the Impenetrable, and now the Warfront is in trouble because it's got nowhere to run and 6 light guns pointed straight at it.
Indeed, so Warfront is going to be, well, he is dead. So now two, it's a tie, but the first kill was for Team what is that name?
Hydra, it's the
Oh,
Brotherhood.
Hydra. So Team
Yeah,
Hydra
so-
are still winning because of the first kill win.
Yeah, I think the Mobulars here have an incentive to press again. They're going to try and find a route that they can get gun arcs on these two. And yeah, the first engagement really didn't go their way, but I think that they just had a very hard time getting their Mercuries into arc. Whereas where they're starting here, they might have an easier time of it just because the Galleons don't have a mountain between, or at least a slope that the Void Gazer and the Flash will be traveling down. On the other hand, Warfront and Impenetrable are moving away from their spawn and going low again.
Yeah, so I see that the blue team has some issues with the unpause back there because they weren't ready for the unpause, so that's why they were killed. Well, they are claiming it.
It's not like the Mobulars didn't know the position of the Galleons, right? I mean, they basically stayed in one place permanently. So,
Yeah.
although I suppose that there is a point there of how quickly can you get off the first shot, but
Yeah, that's true. So I guess there's going to be, like, when you pause and you're going to unpause, then I guess like type in the chat like 5 seconds till unpause, so everyone can get ready. And then
that's
like,
something to
unpause.
contemplate as as a rule change, I think.
Yeah, it should be in the rules.
Ooh. Map edge strats from Void Gazer and Flash Mob here. They're trying to position around this thing. I think the trade winds do impact you as you cross this. So.
This is interesting. Well, not a question, but wonder. Muse to just add a pause function for the game.
Oh, that's the competitive community's dream. They've been asking for that for a very long time.
Indeed, now Void Gazer is now being engaged by Warfront and Impenetrable. Now the Galleons have the advantage here because the Mobiles didn't lock their ships yet. So now Flash Mob is trying to get the disables on the Impenetrable, but Warfront is moving and trying to...
This is not good for the Mobulars. They
Indeed.
need to get those guns down, and Impenetrable is gaining altitude.
Yeah, so Flash Mob lost their hull there. 40% of their hull was damaged there. Void Gazer will be down here. Well, both of those ships has no balloon. Flash Mob managed to get back up, but as well as Void Gazer, but well, they are getting nailed.
Yeah, they need those heavy guns to go down, and they need to focus, not focus fire, but split their fire on these ships. They've now got the problem that Impenetrable is only really reachable from one of their ships, and now it's definitely only reachable from one of their ships as the other one has died.
Yeah, now Flash Mob is, well, dead.
Yep, Flash Mob got set aflash.
Indeed. Alright, so 2-4 in favor of blue team, which is Hydra team.
Indeed, and this is going to be very difficult to come back from. It's not an easy position to be in. The galleons are probably going to hunker down again, and I think they might well have found themselves a nice position to sit there. The approaches were better than the first engagement, but they were still tough. I'm wondering whether or not a Hades rather than the Mercury would have been preferable. Because although it offers less disable, it means you can approach from pretty high up, and
Yeah.
yeah.
We have some
I think,
rather interesting chat in game about the rule.
Indeed. Well, I mean, it's always difficult to enforce these things. As far as I'm aware, there's no countdown timer on the pause. That's the standard. So Tanya is completely correct to enforce the rules that way. That's
That's
just
true.
how they work. I mean, you can't make special cases. You have to be uniform as
It's
a
true.
referee.
Well, on the one hand, that's true that he needed to force pause it, so because of the intruder. So it's part of the blue team's problem that they got annihilated. But if you like have unwanted pause, as part of the team, when you have the unnecessary pause, I guess for them, then you are a bit like confused about it, and if suddenly there's an unpause, you aren't ready. So they should have the like 5 seconds still unpause thing.
It'd be a nice addition to the rules, I think. Yeah, although the SCS is always pressed for time, so anything that adds even a few seconds here or there is something that's got to be thought about a little bit seriously.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, Void Gazer and Flash Mob have probably a nicer approach here. The Impenetrable trying to gain altitude. Flash Mob taking a few hits to the balloon, that's always going to be a pain for them.
Yeah, Flash Mob got on a level with the Impenetrable there, with the Hydra, not Hydra. Now Flash Mob is really close to Impenetrable, locking their guns out. So this is not looking good for Impenetrable.
True, but the Warfront has managed to put the Void Gazer on the ground, and the Void Gazer doesn't have a balloon while the Warfront does, so that the question is what happens next. Does Warfront come up and assist their ally, or do they go for the kill on the Void Gazer?
Indeed. Now, seeing that both mobulas are engaging the different ships, so, well, it's true that they need to lock their guns out so they can kill them both at the same time.
Fair
Because
enough.
if they were focusing the first ship, like only one ship, they will kill it because of the guns not present, but the second ship might ruin their plan.
Indeed, the Gatling fire coming out on the Warfront, it suffered an armor break, and now it's being hit by a light flak. a little bit of damage, maybe about 40% permahull. Impenetrable suffering a few shots there as well. They're trying to keep those guns locked down. The flash mob is suffering from the Minotaur. Another break on the warfront. Another good set of hits from the light flak. Now they're focusing fire on the impenetrable. It's lost a huge chunk of its perma there.
Indeed, and now he died. So Warfront is, well, dead in a matter of seconds. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think this will be a short experience for the Warfront as Void Gazer lines up, and it's not going to be possible for them to lock down 2 ships.
Yeah, so Void Gazer lost their armor and their balloon, so they were out of commission for a moment, but they managed to get everything back up, and now Warfront is getting their... Well, that was interesting.
Indeed, now
Oh,
we've got a...
my ah. I forgot. I was thinking that's going to be the end of the round. I thought that the red team was the blue team.
Ah, yes. Well, this is now even, but there's less than 2 minutes on the clock, so this is going to be a real big ask for the Mobulas here. Can they kill a galleon
Yeah,
in
galleons should
probably
run.
30 seconds?
Galleons should run or like hide from them. They should not engage if necessary. 1 minute
I
left.
think they know that they can survive a minute. You can tank a galleon
It's
with
true
a
that
couple of engineers in the hull. So.
they were taking their sweet time with the last kills, those mobiles, but well, only 1 kill left and not 2. So, whoa, flash mob is good. Well, in dangerous situation here. Armor is lost.
I think this might be it.
Almost died, but they will die surely. Yep.
Yep, and that's a victory for the Brotherhood. Hydra winning 5-4.
Indeed, a poor choice from the captain there. I'm not saying he's bad, but